I'll get messages like on WhatsApp. And of course, these people in a wholly different country saying, "Hey, this is what it is," and I like to engage the conversation to see how far it'll go. But it's just hilarious to think they're saying, "Hey, yep, all you got to do is sign up here, and then we'll pay you $75 a day or 100 and whatever a day just to go do X." It was like, really? Come on,
Yeah,
come on.
yeah, yeah. And I think, and the other side of it is employers are being more careful
Mm,
in applicants. And I have seen where employers are taking some extra steps to make sure they're getting a real person applying because
wow.
technology makes it
What's
so
that?
people, I don't know if you've heard of deep fakes. Deep fakes
Mm,
are AI generated, or one of the ways is artificial intelligence can, or a version of it can generate a video and can
mhm.
use anyone's voice
Yep.
to respond to questions or make or have conversations, and they get baited and switched to having to, they end up, some people ended up being hired. There's a case in Japan, I believe, where an employee thought he was talking to another employee across the way. They said, "Hey, we just need some information, blah blah blah," and whatever their process was, it ended up costing the company $25 million just because this employee thought he was talking to a real person. So yeah, there's many layers to scams. It's not just job seekers getting fooled. These companies are also getting scammed in different ways. And while they're there, we need to make sure this is a real person. And there's going to be even more reactions as the scams become even more sophisticated. And in fact, they really don't, even just to give you another event. And when we hear about things overseas, don't think for a second it won't happen here in the States. It will. Trust me. And this is a case where this company in Asia actually have reported, they called them resume looters. And what they were able to do, they were able to hack the job portals of seven or so job portal companies, and they were
Mm,
able to scrape information, private data from applications and resumes. So
really?
it's unbelievable. We're to a place now that we all could be facing scams unless we're doing all the right things to verify that we are talking to the person who say that they are.
That's insane. That's insane. So when it comes to what platforms should we be kind of on high alert from? Is it the
All
WhatsApps,
of them,
the Indeeds? We always, I mean,
ev-
Indeed used to be
all of them,
even
LinkedIn, we
LinkedIn.
need to be, yes, we need to be, because there have been
They're
scams posted on
monster. All of
LinkedIn.
them.
Yeah, all of them. We need to be, you need
Yeah.
to be cautious and vigilant on all of them. But it doesn't just stop there. Everybody's getting an uptick in scam calls, texts,
Mhm.
emails. All of those are potentials to lure people into the abyss, or the matrix, we should call it, of scams. So everything you should be able to, you got to look at everything. Even if you had a Zoom call with someone, make sure that it's that actual person, because the AI, I don't know if you use, I'll give an example. I don't know if you use Descript to edit your podcast. I use Descript, and it
Mm,
has a lot of AI tools. So let's say I say something, you and I have a portion of the conversation that you want to cut out, or you had a sentence that you want to correct. You can go in and use AI, and in your voice say something different than the
right.
actual sentence. So can you imagine if that's available or there? Can you imagine what's available to those very tech savvy scammers who are masquerading as recruiters, career coaches, masquerade as resume writers, and masquerade as hiring managers and executives of companies. It's quite elaborate what people can do now with the technology that we have at our fingertips.
Just to clarify for folks who will listen or listening, is that one of the red flags obviously is a request for any kind of financial exchange. What are some additional red flags as you're in the midst of the conversation that we should be again aware of to be like, that's not real? And this is meaning through email. If it's through email, if it's
Right.
through messenger, right? You haven't reached the stage of a face-to-face Zoom call. It's just all through text and email and stuff like that. What are some additional things get called out to, hey, that's a red flag?
Well, a good recruiter is going to try to make himself as credible as possible. Hopefully, these days that they're doing that. If they're not, then you should be questioning, and you should be asking questions and asking, looking for second and third party verification. Now, what's nice about LinkedIn is they're contacting you LinkedIn, and they have that check mark and verification. That means the recruiter has worked through LinkedIn and has verified their identity. So one little security haven we have for right now, you're talking to the actual person. So that will actually work. If you don't have that, then you should call the company, see if they're actually recruiting. Don't ask the person for that number one, or you can ask, but don't call the number
Mhm.
they gave you. Make sure it matches the one the company has, and make sure the company's actually recruiting for that particular position. Because if they're not verifying it, don't go any further. And understand another way to really take yourself and make yourself have a more secure job search is just to make sure that you are doing the right things and you're putting yourself and you're coming across the right way. You don't want to misrepresent because these days, because people will take advantage of your lack of knowledge that people can see through very often. And then on top of
Mm.
that, too, if you're active on LinkedIn and places, people can see you're real. But at the same time, you want to make sure they're real. So you do those second and third verifications as you possibly can. Make sure you're talking to a real recruiter. When you see a job posting and you see a job
Got it.
description, you might have a question about look through LinkedIn and verify that the recruiter that's active. A lot of times recruiters are posting those same jobs are already up on the job boards. Not always, but a lot of times they are.